Sorry. Anton, what up, man? No, this is this I made this clap stack. I just it's the same stack that was there. This just it's basic symbols. It's just what you do with them. That's all it is. You need an anvil and a hammer, and you gotta you need like a really thick, heavy like ball peen hammer and bend it. You need almost like like an anvil. You have to bend it and hit it, heat it up, bend it, hit it, heat it up, bend it, hit it, till they arc like that. And what I did was I bolted them. I drilled holes in it and screwed them all together because all that putting one symbol on one, the other, I don't want to deal with that. I rather they all just be one piece. Oh yeah, yeah. I got a Focusrite Octoprix, a Claret Octoprix, which is the next step up. And the thing I noticed was um, when people do um, like mic pre or interface comparisons, you look on YouTube or any really, excuse me, really, you look on any show social media platform, and the audio just really doesn't do it justice. You got to be. It's hot in here. You got to be standing like in front of the monitor speakers so you can hear the difference. Um, because I heard the Claret um matched up against the Scarlet, and you really couldn't tell the difference. You could tell the difference, but if you're in the room and you have the Claret and the Scarlet, and you A/B comparison them, you're like, oh, now I can hear the difference. It's completely different. Um, but yeah. So now I have 18 channels, 16, 17, 18, 20 channels, and eventually I'm gonna buy the Focusrite Claret 8 Pre X, which is it's eight. I think it's like 18 or like 20 or like 18 in 26 or it basically takes 26 channels. So that's what I want to do. Yeah, as it stands now, I have let me see, 18. I've got 18 inputs. 16 um analog mic pre's and two MIDI inputs. So I could hook up I could hook up my keyboards to it, but my MIDI keys are hooked up to my I've got this hub that you actually plug it in. It's a powered hub, and I just hook everything up to that, and you know it's high speed, and so you know. But yeah, it's the thing about having a upgraded preamp is it takes you hear everything, even if something's tuned bad. Like you hear everything. So it takes some adjusting. Like you have to really tune you got to make sure everything's tuned. All the mics are placed in the right area. You gotta make sure there's no there's no like polarity issues, which there's rarely any. I got a little trick that I do, a little secret that I do. I actually got it from Rick Beato, who's also here in Metro Atlanta. So, um, but yeah, so I really don't have to deal with a MIDI. MIDI is I'd have to show you. Hold on. they're kind of like high speed. Um, um, they send a signal from like instead of using a regular cord and hooking it up to your keyboards, it sends a trigger signal to your sound source, whether it's your you know whether it's your interface, and your interface then sends that same sound source into your um, computer, and whatever you want to trigger. If you want to trigger a flute, you can trigger a flute. And you could. You want to trigger drums, then you can trigger drums. If you want to trigger grand piano, like a Yamaha or a Steinway grand piano, you can trigger it. So it's basically a hard to explain, man. It's a digital signal triggering system. Like electric drums work on MIDI, you know, like the pads actually trigger a signal to go to the brain, and the brain creates the sound. Um, but it's like really high speed. But yeah, the thing about that is, like the claret, the Focusrite claret, it's like it's meant for professional studios. It's like it's got like there's a lot of other stuff, but basically it has like it's got kind of like they call it light pipe, but it's basically fiber optic cable. You can hook one up to the other, and it's got MIDI, it's got DB35 cable, as well as the analog XLR cables, as well as the big, like quarter-inch, input. So it's got a lot of inputs. Yeah, yeah. Well, I met Rick Beato before he was Rick Beato. He works. Um, the studio that he has is Tree Sound. You know, that's one of the major studios in Metro Atlanta. Tree Sound. Um, and I was working with a band one time, and we worked at a Tree Sound, and I met him. Um, but that was like a one-time kind of deal. Um, and then like this since then you know, and this was before YouTube. This is like 2001. You know what I mean? So yeah. But yeah, I met him. I don't know him. I met him. Um, but there was something he did that I noticed. Um, and I always remember, like I watch people and I stick around, and I just kind of when stuff is getting mixed down, I won't say anything. I'll just sit. They'll like you gotta ask, but yeah, I'll just sit there and just watch them mix and watch the engineers see what they do, and like I live like down the street, like well about 7 minutes away from Atlanta Institute of Music. So those dudes used to come over here. Like the students would come over here and jam. I'm gonna start having more jam sessions actually, because now I could like record bands. Um, Before it was like I really couldn't. I could before because I had a 32 channel mixer, but I got rid of it because the preamps were horrible. It was the Behringer X32. Preamps were trash. But I got rid of it and I wanted something better. And around this time, the Scarlett Focusrite Scarlett 18920 came out, and I liked it. And then I looked at the Apollo. It's like they have an 8 channel Apollo. I looked at those, and the converters aren't very good. Surprisingly, they're not very good. So, um, and you have to like it. The good thing is it has its own like DSP in that it's got like plugins. It's got a lot of what you have on Waves, but the Waves version sound better than the Universal Audio version. So I wasn't really. I was like, it's gonna give me a CLA compressor, but the Wave CLA compressor sounds better. It's gonna give me a Fairchild compressor, but the Waves Fairchild compressor, sounds better. So it's just it just wasn't worth it for the money that you pay, and you got to keep paying for subscription to keep those plugins. Whereas Waves, you buy it once, you own it. That's it. And I ended up getting the entire Wave suite, so I don't really need to buy any more plugins. And I bought them outright, which means they're not subscription. They're just they're perpetually licensed. So you know, but I waited, man. I waited until I got used to the Scarlet, and then I said, okay, now it's time to upgrade. And I ended up getting the Claret. Um, the Claret, and I just like Focusrite. I and the thing is, the Claret has the same preamps as the RedNet. The only difference is the Claret has physical inputs. The RedNet, you need DB35 cables, and you got to patch everything in and all. You know what I mean? So, and then you got to have separate um 14-volt phantom power, like preamps, and I ain't got time for that. I'm not trying to spend that kind of money, to have a patch bay and all. Not yet, at least. Once I start buying more hardware, then I'll think about that. And I still won't get a RedNet. You know. Yeah, man. Rick is a good dude, man. Oh no. Yeah, Rick is a really good dude, bro. Rick is like from the one. Well, I met him like a few more times because we had like a couple days booked in that studio. But he's a laid back dude. Like what you see on YouTube is how he really is. He's just a really cool, laid back, unassuming, no ego. He's just a really it doesn't surprise me that his channel has like really exploded because he's just like he is on the YouTube videos. He's a laid back, really cool dude. You know? Like I said, I don't know him, but I met him. You know what I mean? And I'm a pretty good judge of character. You know, um, usually you get dudes that are older, they get kind of prickly and kind of particular. He's not like that, man. You know, Billy Corrigan from Smashing Pumpkins. Yeah, Peter Frampton. Yeah, I grew up on Frampton. I was raised on that stuff. Yeah, I'm jealous. I've I shave it bald because I already got the cul-de-sac. So ain't no use in Ain't no use in fronting and hanging on to a bad dream. I just shave it all bald. Yeah, yeah. I met him before he was Rick Beato. When he was like Rick the dude in the you know Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, okay, okay. You play drums, okay. But yeah, so yeah, like I said, I don't know him, but if you're in enough bands, like I think I've played in almost every major studio in Metro Atlanta, you know, and I moved down here in like '99, and I met a lot of the famous people that came out of Atlanta. I met them before they were famous, when they were just either just starting out or they were just, whatever. Um, like Tedeschi Trucks Band. Um, I used to hang out with oh man, Derek Trucks. Um, I think Dwayne is the older brother. I get them mixed up. I get their names mixed up. I used to hang out with Derek. Um, and um, he was. I met him through a dude. Oh, I can't remember his name. The guy I'm thinking about introduced me to Snarky Puppy. This is before they were Snarky Puppy. When they were Snarky Who? Um, they were asking the guitarist, Mike Lettieri was asking me where to get gigs in Atlanta. He's like, where should I get? This matter of fact, this is before Spud was with him. Spud wasn't always with him. When I first saw them, Spud was the keyboardist, and they had another guy on drums, which I didn't necessarily like. He was, Spud is a pocket groove. Although he's got chops, he's kind of like a groove guy. Um, but he's an incredible keyboardist as well. But when I met them, Spud was the keyboardist, and they had another guy on drums. But I, when I first met them with from a guy. Oh man, I can't remember his name. It's crazy. But I there was a place called the Five Spot, and every Thursday they would have an open jam session at Little Five Points, and the bass player I'm thinking of, but I can't remember his name. He was he ran it, and he brought Snarky Puppy there because he would go out of town all the time and do gigs. No, he didn't bring him. He's a drummer, Little John Roberts. He played with Janet Jackson. He played with Earth, Wind, and Fire. Like, he's a big time dude, Little John Roberts. He had a he had a green mohawk. So he's sitting at the bar with a green mohawk. And I'm like, all right, whatever floats your boat. So I order a beer. And I'm like, Little John, what up, bro? And he's like, what up, man? You ever hear Snarky Puppy? I was like, who? He said Snarky Puppy. I was like, nah, I never heard him, bro. He was like, you're about to hear him. He's like, hold on to your seat. So I see the guy, I can't remember his name. His face is right there. I see him talking to um um uh oh man, I can't remember his name. Mike League, the bassist. He's talking to Mike League like they know each other. Like I'm like, okay, these guys know each other. So the bass player that I know, and I can't remember his name. Dag, why can't I remember his name? Um, because he wanted to work. I had a couple songs that he wanted to work on, but he introduces me to Mike League. So then, um, long story short, they set up and they start playing. I'm like, whoa. So then, what's up? Yeah. What about what do you call it? Primal. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Um mhm. Yeah. But what happens is they start playing and like there weren't a lot of people there. Like usually you get there early, people start filing in. Um but I'm like one of the very few people there and Derek. Oh, I can't. I think it might. I don't even think it's Derek. It's Dwayne Trucks. Dwayne is the younger brother. Um, Dwayne is looking at me like, what the heck is going on? I'm like, bro, they rocked the house, and what happened is they take off, and well, actually that night it was crazy because not Mike Lettieri. They had two guitarists. Another guy who was from Jersey. I found out he's from Jersey because he heard me talk, and he goes, "Where you from?" I said, "Jersey." He said, "Where?" I said, "The Shore." He was like, "Who do you know?" I said, "No." I said, "Well, where you from?" He said, "Brick." I said, "Hey, bro, you know a dude named Jimmy Farkas? He plays guitar." He's like, "Yeah, bro. That's my boy. We grew up together. Like we went to school." I was like, he was in our band. He was like, "You're from the band?" I heard about that band. I was like, "Yeah." So it was crazy. It's a small world. Um, but later on, I guess through some things, um, Bill Lawrence starts a band called Fork, and Mike League is playing bass in it. But Mike League had to leave, and he started because Snarky went back on tour, and the dude, I can't remember oh, it's crazy because I can't remember his name. He starts playing with him. And the only way I found out is I was listening to Fork's album. I think it was their second album. And I'm like, man, that sounds like old boy's playing. That sounds like old boy. So I Google it, and sure enough, that was him. Um, and then Dwayne Truck starts playing drums with Tedeschi Trucks. Um, Dwayne was always a really good dude too. Um, as a matter of fact, he brought in this brand new Gretsch kit with brand. So he's the reason why I ended up getting Zildjian, the K custom rides. Um, he set it up. I don't know why he set it up. This is an open jam session. Why are you setting it up? Um, but I start playing it. I'm like, he's got K hats, K crash, K ride, and I think he had a little 10-inch K splash with a 4-piece Gretsch custom or like Gretsch whatever. It's a really nice like the high high level Gretsch joints. And he goes, he's like, well, I just start playing. Later on, like we did this extended jam session, and then this horn section walked in, and then we ended up doing a Maceo Parker song. And of course, that song extended uh, for instead of like it's like a 4-minute song, we extended it to like 7 minutes because every person in the horn section, everybody in the horn section had to get a solo. The keyboardist, the organist, he had to get a solo. The guitarist had to get a solo. Um, so it ended up being like a 7.5. No, it was about a 10-minute song. Um, because I had to split it up in two parts, part one and part two. I posted it on. It's on my YouTube channel. It's an old video. Um, and actually, in that horn section was a guy named Kebby Williams, who actually went on to play with Chris Dave. Atlanta got a lot of talent, man. You know, um, yeah, but yeah, he went on to play with Chris Dave. He was the original saxophonist with Chris Dave. Um, but yeah, yeah. Anton, take it easy, my brother. Nah, nah, nah. That was my son, dude. My wife don't care. She don't care. Number one, she doesn't care. Uh, Bro, my wife wanted to marry a musician. She had a list of the perfect man. One of them was a music lover. Oh, I wanted to marry a music lover. You know what I mean? So she was like, "Oh, he's a music lover." You know what I mean? My wife was a dancer. Like her mom ran a dance studio, and like there's pictures of her when she was like 3. She started dancing when she was like 3 years old. So the whole artsy fartsy thing, she's into that. Um, Matter of fact, I quit playing music, and she was the one who got me into it. She was the one who was like, okay, you need gear. She was the one who was like, okay. She was like, you need this drum set, get this drum set. You need this mixer, get this mixer. You need these mics. She was the one, you know. So like and my kids, they're raised around music, so it doesn't and plus this room is pretty well treated. It's like if you're in the house, you open the door, it's loud. You close the door, it's really quiet. Like it's really, really quiet. It's louder outside than it is in the house. If you're upstairs directly above me, it's quiet. Anywhere else in the house, it's quiet. You go outside, it's a little louder. So Sorry. The season is really changing. It is hot in here. I got to turn that big old fan on. I'll definitely be back. Um, but I'm gonna hang out with my son and watch some anime.